screen. So Bitcoin's coming down a bit after a run up to the low 50s, like 52k. Hit his head just at the high of this range here, and now it's coming back down to test this trend line. This trend line I've drawn from about, when's that, mid-November, the 20th, 19th, 20th of November. So yeah, coming back down to retest that now, and we could see something like this happen where either comes through like that. Let me get this a bit lighter. Comes up like this, retest these lows, and starts trading back higher, or we get a retest of these lows, and a relief rally before breaking lower and starting to begin its trade to the downside. Could possibly see further downside here. If we look at the way alts are selling off the last day or so, it does look a bit bleak. Money is fully flowing out of some of the alts. They were pumping quite hard as well, so it could just be a sort of sell trade back down to the mean before the next leg up. But yeah, there are a few that are holding up fairly well. ADA from 120, from its lows at 120 is up decent. I think one was around 16 cents. It traded down to BNB, traded down to BNB is pretty much at its support level now. So yeah, I would say that's what we got to look for. If I put on my higher time frame levels, just get rid of that, put these on, we're still trading around the 48k key level, and we've got this higher time frame trend line. Let's go up to the daily, that we sort of haven't broken yet. I would say if we break that, then that's where we need to start looking for these lows to be tested around 40k, low 40s, sort of around here. What's this? Wrong tool. Yeah, so around here I would say is the first target, and then these lows here in the 40k key level zone down here. So yeah, that's Bitcoin. And then when you go into the alts, you want to kind of take note of what is happening on Bitcoin. Obviously they do sell off harder. You can see that ETH is sold off fairly hard here at its weekly level. If I got other levels drawn on here? Yeah, so it's come down into sort of coming into this key daily level around $3,600. You can see there's a lot of wicks in recent months around this area, so we may get some buying here. Like BNB is kind of at a support level, so yeah, we could get this being the level where it starts wanting to trade higher. Like I said with Bitcoin, you know, it could either start trading up higher from here, or it breaks through and starts trading lower. But we have to remember that we've got on the daily, we've got this 200 EMA here, So that would be what I'd be looking for to break before a sell-off down to the 3,300 level and the 3,000 level. So break of this 200 EMA, and if it's a retest on the daily or within next, I would say within that week, you would want to see sort of like this sort of action happen where the price sort of breaks it cleanly, maybe comes up to retest it. You might want to sell the break or start positioning in on the break just in case it just does dump straight through. But yeah, support levels, we're at support levels right now, mainly on Bitcoin and ETH. I would say Bitcoin a little bit on the low side of its support level. BNB, I'd say it's a similar thing. I don't think, I do have my levels drawn out here. Yes, at this 520 weekly level. If we sort of draw back a little bit, you can see this is a decent level of support and resistance going forward. So this breaking is fairly significant. If we do break, 200 EMA is the next target, around 470 down here, which is these levels here, this support level here. Just gonna get rid of that little dot. Yeah, this here. If this 200 EMA breaks, then we just go down to the next levels, which would be somewhere around here. This trend line, which is a long-term trend line, from May. Yeah, start looking at testing that from this sort of I'm gonna call it 460 level. The next step after there, if we're looking at the trend line, could be somewhere around 400. Could be around 400. I wouldn't expect it to just hold the trend line. I would expect it to trade around it anyway. So yeah, 400. If you were selling from around 460, you would want your targets around 410, 400. I would say. And obviously, if we hold from here, you want to see these highs getting taken out. So bang, bang, bang. Similarly, once we hit the 200 EMA, that could be the support level for this trade here. So you want to keep an eye on what is happening when it gets down to these levels. Yeah, that's that. What else can we look at? Solana actually had a good run up from around 150 back up to 200. That's like 25%, 30%. So that's a good trade there. It's back down nearly from 230, is down nearly 15% from there. So yeah, not the best, but it's not looking too bad from here. We are broken through this weekly level. We could see some continued selling from here back down to these levels. So you can see the levels broken. This level's broken, so there is a case to be made back down to these levels here. Trade back down to 150 from here. We could see that just these lows hold if we are going to continue bullishness, and then you would want to see a return back to this weekly level around price above 180, I would say, and then start looking to attack these highs up here, which is 200 for the trade back up to 220, which would be 180 to 220 would be about 30%, somewhere around that range, I think. You can just get price range on that. Well, that was cap, it's around 20%. Well, makes sense. Yeah, that's that. Don't really want to go through too many. Harmony. Harmony looks alright. That was a good buying opportunity at 16 cents there. And I'd say if we can continue higher, if we can hold this, what's that, 22-cent level, start trading higher, get rid of, if I set these up properly, get rid of the key levels, get rid of these, horizontal, get rid of these as well. Just leave those trend lines. Yeah, if we can hold this trend line, bring back the key levels. If we can hold this weekly and trend line here, get back above the 50 EMA around here, may want to buy that to start trading these highs, and then you want to start targeting, that could be your first target, a break above this trend line, and then leave some on to start taking out these highs up here around 34 and 38. Not looking as bearish as some of the others on the lower time frames. In terms of what levels they're breaking. Like for example, Solana's sold off quite heavily from its support level. It's gone dropped nicely through it, so I could see this level being returned to, these lows being returned to before a move up, whereas one looks like it has an opportunity to sort of hold above. It hasn't dropped through it yet, so I can't see, not yet, it could happen, but I can't see yet whether or not these lows will be revisited yet. What else can we look at? XRP, sell off from $1, which is not that great. Obviously, now I'm just looking at these lows. Yeah, this level here, just going to draw the line further back. This level here, which is 70, around 80 cents, a little bit of a drop there. If that can't hold, then 60 cents. I may actually sell some of my spot just to see if I can save. What have we got here? 22 cents. 24, 25%. And then there is a chance that we might trade all the way back down. Trade all the way back down to revisit these lows, which is 40 cents. Yeah, 20% saving. I may have a go. I do want to see this break first and just continuation. I think if Bitcoin is down at like, if Bitcoin is, might need to go down into the 4 hours for this, but yeah, this level breaks, and we start trading below, let's say 46k, then I'll start looking at selling my XRP for a move down to 60 cents.